Hundreds of men, all standing close together, waiting, queuing for food. There is no concept of social distancing for the sake of their own health. And behind me, as I look away from the queue, there are tents clustered all over the sand dunes here and people living right on top of each other. Profoundly unsanitary situation. I'm on a journey through migrant experiences in Calais and in London. And for people who are already living on the margins, the arrival of the coronavirus has been nothing short of catastrophic. There's hundreds of migrants here in Calais, hoping to make it to the UK. We filmed here nearly 3 weeks into the French lockdown. And while the French government has started to move some of them to shelter, not all want to go, because they're afraid they'll be detained once the crisis is over and any chance of getting to Britain will vanish.
As soon as one has got the virus, I mean, the virus runs everywhere, and very fast. So look at them, and when there are 3 of them, I mean, they're very close from each other.
Have some pity. You wouldn't do this to a dog, would you? So you're doing it to human beings who are fleeing the war. Well, I'm ashamed of being French. They've been raped, they've been assaulted, they've been ransomed, they've been tortured. I'm sick of this world.
From Darfur, Afghanistan, the Middle East, most people would only speak to us off camera.
You're afraid of the virus, but we cannot do anything.
I'm looking at the conditions you're living in, and you're all crowded on top of each other. It's dangerous.
Yes, it's really dangerous.
Too much difficult in here. There is no tent, there is no good food, there is no any drink water, no cloth, no shoe. Too much problem in the jungle.
But even if they get to London in lockdown, migrants will find that the asylum process, like so much else, is stalled. And there's little hope of getting any work in this climate. One undocumented migrant from Africa had been surviving on odd jobs and help from friends.
We're desperate. We have no way of paying rent. Can't get anywhere. There are no places offering accommodation. No one giving you money to buy groceries. Food banks are closed.
In Calais now, there are many migrants who want to get here. What would you say to them?
I would tell the migrants in Calais not to think it gets easier, not to have that much hope. Just because you're not in the camp doesn't mean that you are going to be treated human. It's just the same circumstances, different setting.
A small number of food banks are still operating. I went to North London to see what the British Red Cross was doing.
I have a daughter and I have a wife. Was working for a restaurant. And now I'm struggling. That's why I'm coming here, you know. My family doesn't have food at home. That's the thing.
This centre is a lifeline for those who are surviving with very few resources. And while this is a charity, the workers here do their level best to make it feel about sharing, living up to the larger rhetoric of unity, of compassion in these desperate times. With borders shutting, unemployment rising, there's growing fear for migrants about how they'll be regarded and treated. And none that I met was convinced a new era of welcome would come from this crisis.